Seller leads, everybody wants them, and rightly so. You get to control your time so much more. So today we'll look at how to get those coveted seller leads using Facebook ads. Hey, it's Jaime. If we're just meeting, welcome to the channel that brings actionable content to grow your business through online marketing. So if that sounds beneficial, consider subscribing. All right, so let's address one quick thing. Seller leads are more complex to get than buyer leads. They just are. And seller leads really require a strong reason to reach out to you. Because unlike buyer leads, the seller leads already have a house. They already have something tangible, something physical, and something valuable in their possession. The buyer doesn't necessarily have that. They have a dream of home ownership, but they don't have a home quite yet. And the reason that matters is that the seller is already attached to that home. So they're gonna think twice before they give you their contact information, especially their home address. Thus, they need to have trust in you, they need to have confidence in you, and they need to be persuaded to exchange their information much more than a buyer lead would. Why do I say all of this? Well, because I want to set the appropriate expectations for you. The ad copy that you're gonna see today is gonna take you almost there. It's gonna take you 90 yards, but you have to go the remaining 10 yards. That remaining 10 yards means split testing images, split testing videos, split testing targeting, split testing placements, and on and on. With that being said, let's head over to the screen share and make one quick pit stop at Like City. So if you wouldn't mind going down to the bottom of this video and hitting that like. All right, so let's get started. We're here in the Ads Manager where all of your advertising should be going down. If you're boosting, then chances are that you don't know what this Ads Manager looks like. So I encourage you to get your Ads Manager up and running because it is so valuable. I want you to stop spending money on the boost button because it doesn't give you any return. All right, so with that being said, let's create a campaign. We're gonna launch a traffic campaign because of the type of ad that we're going to run, which is a seller lead ad. And since we're going to be offering something unique, then we will be sending them away from Facebook in order for it to be automated. We could also get away with running a conversions ad, but there's a few more steps involved. So if you want to learn how to actually launch a conversions campaign, then I'll link it down below and at the end of this video so you have it as well. Just there's a few more steps, so I don't want to go into too much of a rabbit hole more than I need to. I would much rather show you how to get things started on the traffic campaign. Just know that what you see on the traffic campaign, you can make it work on the conversions campaign relatively easy once you understand that you need to install your Facebook pixel and create a conversion in order to run a conversions ad. All right, with that being said, let's get started with our traffic campaign. Right, we're not going to worry about our name. We are going to say that it is a housing ad. As a reminder, if you're running accredited employment and housing ad, then you need to select that this is a special ad which falls within the special ad category. All right, and we're going to keep it as a traffic. We won't be doing A/B split testing, and we are also not going to do the campaign budget optimization. All right, again, we're not worried about the names. We're going to send all the traffic over to the website. Don't worry about dynamic creative or don't worry about the offer at this time. The daily budget, as you can see, there's quite a few people in the United States, that is. So we'll see this number drop drastically once we select the area. So today we are going to go, where do we want to go? Let's go to Kansas City. I don't think we've ever gone there in this channel. And that's the wrong place to put it. Sorry. Kansas City. All right, city right there. Awesome. We'll zoom in just to see where it's at on the map. There we go. Whoops. All right, Kansas City right there. And where I was typing in was in the custom audience. We are running this ad to a cold audience, and I'll show you the retargeting, what that looks like here in a little bit. So that's where that comes into play, but for our purposes, we don't need to worry about that at this time. We're going to select people living in this location because as a reminder, since we're going after seller leads, then it makes sense only targeting the people that actually live there, not people that are interested in coming into that area, and that's what you would have targeted there as well. All right. The age and gender, can't do anything with those because this is a special ad category. As a reminder, you can't really do anything when it comes to the age or the gender, certain demographics or most demographics. The geography, it starts at 15-mile radius, which is what you saw up here. and you can't get any lower than that. If you weren't running a special ad category or an ad that's within a special ad category, then you are able to select, go very, very molecular to where you want, and you can even exclude areas, so you can advertise within a mile or even less than a mile radius. So you can get super pinpoint accuracy over there. Here, not as much because of the special ad category, which was introduced towards the end of 2019 as an answer to privacy issues and concerns, but also fair housing issues. So some legal compliance items that Facebook needed to work through. All right, then on interest, what we're going to do is we're going to go and focus on Zillow. And I'm going to show you what it looks like when you split test. All right, we're going to go to manual placements. Let's go to connections just so you see what this looks like. We're not going to do anything with it, but I oftentimes breeze through it, and I do get comments about, hey, what's connections? So connections is people who like your page, friends of people who like your page, exclude people who like your page. So if you're doing more of a branding campaign, then you would exclude people who already like your page and highlight people that are friends of people that already like your page. So that's a great way to get your name out there if you're only going for branding. Which this one we're not. We are going for actual leads. We're going to take all of these out, and we're going to only focus on Facebook newsfeed. All right, these are placements, so it's showing you where they would show up. You have so many different places, and as you can tell, if you watched a video, let's just say from a year past, from one of my videos in my channels, you're seeing that there is so much more placements now. The apps and sites is getting robust. The in article is robust. You see the messages, in stream stories. You have messenger stories now, so that's a new placement. This is getting crazy, which is good. You have a lot of options when it comes to placement. So again, this is where your ad would actually show up when somebody is scrolling through their newsfeed, through the stories. Now you can even see that happening on messenger stories, which is sweet. All right, we're going to leave all mobile devices. We are going to optimize based off of landing page views. So you see link clicks. Now, the difference being that if you were to optimize for link clicks, if somebody clicked and then immediately bounced out, it's not necessarily the most quality type of a person. Well, I shouldn't say person, type of a lead, because they didn't necessarily look at your page. They didn't see what it was about. So you don't want to optimize for that type of lead. What you want to optimize for is the type of lead that clicks through, at least has your page load up in view to have even an opportunity of pitching them or showing your message. So that's what you're optimizing for. You're not optimizing for link clicks or impressions or the unique reach. So that would be, again, more of a branding play. You are optimizing for page views. So you at least know that whenever they click, the page actually uploaded. All right, and then we're going to go to next. We're not going to worry about the ad name. You have the Facebook page that you're advertising from. And then if you have an Instagram account and you are advertising on Instagram, then go ahead and link it up here. Know that you don't actually have to have an Instagram account in order to run ads over on Instagram, but I highly encourage you to do it because that's going to increase your conversions. All right, so let's check this out. You see single image or video, carousel or collection. So you see the differences, the single image or video. You're going to see it over here, kind of, but I'm in the way. The carousel is basically a single image, but in cards, meaning you're going to have an image here, and then another card, you're going to have an image here, and then headlines, another image here. So you're giving people options. So you can kind of see it right there without me moving too much. You see them right there. And then the collection, group of items that opens into a full screen mobile experience. So in this case, that would be more for the mobile, and you can split test it that way, but make sure that only your mobile is showing. So that is something that I encourage you to split test on your time. We're not going to do that here, but that's worth a shot when it comes to presenting the offer that we're about to make. All right. So with that being said, what we're going to do is we're going to add an image. Well, let me add the ad copy first so you see where we're going with this. All right, so to get some seller leads. So this ad copy is performing incredibly well, and I encourage you to either use exactly what you see on the screen or make a few adjustments to your particular area. And let's talk through it real quick. You see city, homeowner, so this is a placeholder. This isn't a code or anything like that. So don't expect a city to dynamically populate when you pop that in. So make sure that you adjust that. I've had issues with that in the past. All right, so let's just say Kansas City homeowner. Are you curious if now is the right time to sell? Well, the owners of, and then you put the address, thought the same thing and sold. And then this is where we get into impressive facts. These are impressive numbers that would encourage, entice people to actually reach out to you because, oh, well, that's actually impressive. So percentage or amount above asking price. So if you put the property out for $300,000 and sold for $350,000, well, what stands out more? Does the $50,000 or the percentage increase stand out more? You decide, because I'm not going to do that math right now. In blank amount of days. So did you sell it within, did you get under contract within 3 days, 2 days, 1 day? Certainly if it's over 30 days, then you don't want to put that, just depending on the market that you're in, but something that's impressive in the amount of days. And then with blank offers to choose from. So if you don't want to put the exact amount of offers, just put with multiple offers to choose from, or over 5 offers to choose from. Something like that. So if you don't feel comfortable putting exact figures here, then put some ranges, put some qualifiers like that. But again, you want to convey that you know what you're doing. You want to show some amazing stats that people, once they have that figure in their mind, well, my property is, I thought it was worth $300,000. What if it did sell for $350,000? Would I actually consider selling it at that point? So you're putting that in their mind, rather than if you saw one of those generic, or when you see one of those generic ads that say, hey, use me, I'm the best real estate agent in town, use me because I'm the best. You didn't offer anything. There's no value there. As our friend Gary Vee would say, you need to lead with value. So this is something that you're providing, something that people can peg to, and then you're going to provide the whole, hey, get an instant estimate. So this is where that link goes in, and we'll talk about the link in a couple of seconds, but I want to get that error to go away, so I have to add an image real quick. And the image can be of the home. It can be of a Canva image with a little question mark of a property. I wouldn't necessarily put the exact, I wouldn't put too much of a generic image, which I kind of just did, but put something that is local to the area. So this particular home, that would not always fly in certain areas, at least here in the DFW area. I don't even know if these are made over in Kansas City, but make sure that you have either the picture of the home, if you have the right to use it, or create a little graph, create something off of canva.com. Very simple to do. Just go over there, and Canva is canva.com. It's free to use. So let's talk about the property first, and then we'll talk about the link. Well, we haven't gotten rid of the link, so let's just say instant home estimate. I don't want to say value because there is some verbiage that you can't use when you're a real estate agent. And since you're a real estate agent and not an appraiser, you can't use words like value. You can't use worth. I believe you can't use worth. So that's why you have to use CMA, estimates, what it can sell for, things like that. And if you didn't know that, well, now you do. So there you go. I'm just going to put this URL, and then we'll talk about the link. So, where was I? We are going to talk about the property. All right, so this is amazing, right? This is amazing if you have a property. That's fantastic. If you have a property that you can showcase, you're doing excellent and amazing in your business. But what if you don't? What if you aren't having amazing success with your listings? What if you don't have a listing? Well, this is where you have to reach out to your broker or reach out to somebody beyond the broker, beyond your own brokerage. But unlike the buyer leads that you see plenty of examples here in this channel, so I do encourage you to subscribe because there's a lot more to this. But unlike your buyer leads, here on the seller side, if you go outside of your brokerage, then you are competing directly with them. So you're using somebody else's success and likeness to get some of your own listings. And that's fantastic, but not every real estate agent's going to see it as fantastic. Because you're essentially advertising something that they have done, and that's okay. They can certainly say yes or they can certainly say no, but what you're doing is you're competing with them directly. Now, we all know that there's plenty of business to go around, but that's how it's going to be seen. So you're going to get a lot more no's if you go outside of your brokerage. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just giving you realistic expectations. You can go outside of your brokerage and highlight certain aspects like this, but you're going to get a lot more no's because it is contingent on sharing some impressive information. And so that's one thing. But then also, you are competing against them in the sense that you're advertising in their neighborhood, so they would ideally like to get more and more listings, right? That would be fantastic. Now, this is different than the buyer side, because on the buyer side, you're asking permission to help that agent broadcast his listing, her listing, so you can come in with the buyer. So there's that mutual benefit, right? But then here, it's not as mutual, and I'll be completely open with you on that. It's just not that mutual. It is more beneficial for you on the listing side. Again, I'm not saying don't do it, because if your broker doesn't have any listings, then you're not going to be able to deploy this this transaction. I certainly don't condone, and I encourage you not to do, go directly to the MLS and try to manufacture your own facts, because that's not going to work. One, because it's not ethical. Two, you can get in trouble. So make sure that you're asking for permission. And when you're asking for permission, even from your broker, I understand that the listings are the broker's anyway, but make sure that you get everything in writing. So all of this to say is, if you don't have a listing yourself, reach out to your broker and see, hey, I saw that you sold 123 Main Street over in Grand Prairie. I would love to hit the northern side. Well, I guess if we're going to continue with the analogy, Kansas City, 123 Main Street in Kansas City. I would love to really work the north side of Kansas City. Would you mind if I use some of the details of your transaction to get some listings? Boom, there you go. So that's how you would do that. Again, make sure that you're getting permission, but make sure that that when you're asking, just make sure that you let them know what your intentions are. All right, now with the link, the infamous link. I've referenced it 3 different times and have yet to do it. All right, so the website URL, that's just a placeholder. The link. Here's the lead magnet. Get an instant estimate. The word estimate, you'd be surprised how important it is. It is very important based off of all the split testing that we've been doing. You can say estimate, you can say CMA, you can say whatever, but if you don't have instant, then you're not going to have that great of a result, to be honest with you. At least I didn't, so prove me wrong. But with the URL, the lead magnet is that estimate, right? If you're not going to do the instant option, then don't put instant. Even though I just said instant is very important, but how you get the instant option is to go to either Cloud CMA, which in my MLS it's free. You can do KB Core, which it has a place to get an estimate for the value of the home. Basically, what you want is some place that can create an instant CMA. That's basically what it comes down to. And the reason that that's so important is because people want to feel like they are solving a problem very quickly, but also they're just curious. They're not going to list with you right off the bat, regardless if they're ready to go. They're curious, and that's what a lead is. Not every single lead that comes in is going to be ready to sign on the dotted line. We all know this. So with this instant estimate, make sure that you send them to a Cloud CMA, send them to a KB Core type of a CRM that provides a CMA, or a third-party CMA producer that gives them at least something. It doesn't have to be exact. You know that your CMA is going to be drastically different than even the one that Cloud CMA gives them, RPR gives them, KB Core gives them. Really, any software out there is not going to get it right the first time. Well, now that we know how to get some seller leads, it's time to get some buyer leads and get those buyer leads for less than $2. So I'll leave a video right here that's going to help you do that. Also, if you found value today, please be sure to subscribe. It really does help out the channel and help me out personally. along with hitting that notification bell so you don't miss another video. And of course, make it your best day yet.